Robert Evans.
Robert B. Evans, Senior, 337 George Avenue, Waukegan, Illinois. On September the 28th, 2004, I presented this document to the school board, to Dr. Olson from the Waukegan, North Chicago and Giant Coalition for Better Government. The question was, who's the boss? District 60 School Board, O'Brien DeWolsa, and the Insurance Claim Board. Last week, it made me feel good, even though I sat here for 2 solid years before it seemed that somebody actually saw the things that we were seeing. And that is a group of employees establishing a $9 million debt for the district, and the district had absolutely nothing to say about it. I was certainly happy to hear Mr. Shipley's appointment of June McGuire to that board, and I certainly want to commend both June and Bill Anderson for speaking to that issue, because that has been a very concerned issue from our community, from our coalition, and it appears that it hasn't fallen on deaf ears. Sometimes that's why you have to just come and pay attention and sit quietly, and you'll see some things happen. And I want to thank you for what you've done in that area. Thank you.
Mr. Shipley, Dr. Batiste, and members of the board and cabinet, I've already emailed each of you and spoken personally with Dr. Batiste and other administrators on this topic, and I'd like my comments entered into the public record. I'm urging each of you to do your part to protect the integrity of the Waukegan High School choir program and return a recently transferred teacher back to her position as choir instructor as soon as possible. In trying to solve one problem, another has been created, albeit unintentionally, which has the potential to do great harm to our 13th in-state ranked choir program. It is not sufficient to simply hire an accompanist. Several sections of the choir are currently without a certified teacher, and that's a problem. The choir program is a feather in this district's cap. It is one of the things this district put together where the chemistry of what the choir directors have worked together is something I can only describe as magic. Please find a way to restore this transferred teacher's position at the high school before we lose the level of achievement in the choir program that she's helped our district attain. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. The next item on the agenda will be the consent items. Item A, purchases and contracts. One will be authorization to obtain transplant insurance policy. Recommendation.
Mr. Shipley and members of the board, the administration's recommendation is that the Board of Education accept the Insurance Plan Board's recommendation to purchase this comprehensive transplant insurance at a cost of $96,286. Funds to cover this expense are available in various departmental insurance accounts contained within the education fund.
I'll make a motion that we approve this, and I'd like to state that we are finding that each year we are having 1 or 2 employees that are requiring transplants or procedures that are very expensive, and as a result, this policy is needed for us.
Motion made by Mr. Dwyer, seconded by Mr. Pride, to authorize the grant authorization to obtain transplant insurance policy. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Pride?
Yes.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
Ms. Hannah?
Yes.
Ms.
McGuire.
Yes.
Mr. Reddick. Mr. Jones.
Yes.
Mr. Shipley.
Yes, motion carried. Next item will be item B, personnel items. One will be appointment schedule F639, and item 2 will be resignation schedule L612. I move the recommendation.
The administration's recommendation is that the Board of Education accept the administration's recommendations to accept the resignations and appoint the listed employees on enclosures B1 and B2 and schedules F639 and L612 as so indicated on the board schedule.
So moved.
Motion made by Ms. Jones, seconded by Ms. Hannah to approve the appointments and resignations schedule F639 and schedule L612. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. McBride.
Yes.
Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
Ms. Hannah. Ms. McGuire.
Yes.
Mr. Reddick.
Yes.
Ms. Jones.
Yes.
Mr. Shipley.
Oh, yes, motion carried.
Mr. President, we'd like to acknowledge that there's an administrative appointment embedded in the appointments tonight, and that's for the interim athletic director, Mr. Mel Washington, at a salary of $63,000 for the remainder of this school year through June 30th, 2007.
Has he already, he's been doing this for a week?
Mr. Howard, could you speak to that?
Yes. Okay.
The next item is item C, grants and donations. And the next item is D, others. We'll pass those. The following item will be financial reports, an action item. Item A is the sale of alternate bonds to repay the IMRF, ERI liability.
The recommendation is that the Board of Education authorize the superintendent to issue the alternative general obligation bonds to fund the IMRF ERI liability and save approximately $300,000 over the 10-year life of the bonds. Additionally, the superintendent is authorized to hire Kaplan Financial Consulting as well as Chapman and Cutler in support of the bond sale.
Second.
I just have a question. Do we need both attorney groups to approve this, or can't just, I know Chapman Cutler, but I'm just asking, can one approve it, or do we need both groups?
I'm going to ask Mr. Godin.
Why do we have two?
Well, they're not both attorneys. One is the financial advisor that brought the concept to us. The other is the attorney, the bond company.
Okay, all right.
Okay, motion was made to approve the sale of alternate bonds by Ms. Hannah and seconded, I didn't hear who the second was, by Mr. McBride. Discussion?
Could you speak up, please?
I often ask the question as to what our rating for our school district is in terms of our
Can you speak up, please?
bonds and stuff, our sale of bonds and so forth in the district.
You want an answer tonight, or we want to investigate that?
Yes.
Be back with you? Yes,
Absolutely.
thank you. You want to know what the rating is for the Waukegan School District and the sale of its bonds?
For the sale of our bonds. I know at one point, some years ago, we were at a AAA rating, and I'd just like to know where we are today.
We'll provide that information.
Thank you.
Roll call.
Mr. McBride.
Yes.
Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
Ms. Hannah.
Yes.
Ms. McGuire.
Yes.
Mr. Reddick.
Yes.
Ms. Jones.
Yes.
Mr. Shipley.
Yes, motion carried.